Right, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Bahamut, your caster. On the left-hand side, we're going to be having Victoria's Secret, and on the right, we're going to be having Macro Trash. This is a Nexus Gaming Series Heroic Division matchup. I was about to say, like, Division Heroic. No, that doesn't work out. Heroic Division matchup. So, let's get into this really quickly. Coin flip-wise, Coin flip was won by Macro Trash. They went ahead and banned out Infernal Shrines. The standard and tried and true that we have seen from them every week is going to be banned out by the members of Victoria's Secret. They took away Brax's Holdout, as we have Tomb of Spider Queen being the first pick map for the members of Macro Trash, giving first pick, first ban over to Victoria's Secret. Thus, game number 2 chosen by Victoria's Secret will be Cursed Hollow. An interesting start. I gotta say, alright, so right out the gate here, we got a quick draft. We have the Maiev being banned out, as well as what I'm going to assume is a target ban. This draft is quick. These guys are here for business, as it looks like we have the Stukov being picked up by Victoria's Secret. Very strong point control. Zoning is extremely beneficial on a map like this into these turn-in points as well as the rotations. Then if we look on the side of Macro Trash really quickly, they went ahead and grabbed Malfurion Diablo. Diablo getting so much value into so many of these tight corridors. You also get the that stun effect. And last night, literally last night, we actually saw Stu Manchu on the Diablo. Terrifying. It was actually, I think, Man Be Hots who was in chat just a second ago saying they don't want to play against that, and the Lord of Terror is here. Joanna going to be picked up with a Hanzo. Hanzo offering a lot of mobility. Diablo does try and go for that shadow charge. Usually the Hanzo can get away, but at the same time, I have seen Diablos magically grab Hanzos out of the air and shadow charge them into walls, so that's something that they might need to consider here. But we are going to be having the Blaze banned out on the side of Macro Trash, getting rid of the solo lane. I guess Dog will be casting. Unfortunately, Ripper Hots. Probably an improvement. Damn. Damn. Just shots fired right out the gate. Thank you guys for coming by, checking out the stream and supporting us here as it's happening. We have the Junkrat being banned out on the side of Victoria's Secret here. Not a bad ban at all. It is a hero that we've seen. I just looked over. I just realized that in Draft All there was the Chromie sad face when it was being banned out first, right away there. And you guys are just going to be seeing those bans coming out. All right. Junkrat is one of the heroes that we often do see on a map like this in the Heroic Division. Actually, in Div A as well. I mean, we have some differences. Some of the other divisions here, higher priority onto mages, which, speaking of, I wonder, do they go into the Gul'dan? It's something that we've seen in rotations. The clear is really powerful. Into the Stukov, it might be beneficial, seeing as how there is that kind of target that sits still, but they will pick up their Sonya for the solo lane. They're going to need wave clear, and they're going to go ahead and pick up the Jaina for that. I think it will combo well into the Diablo here. A lot of good chase that they can get into. Chromie banned Rexpa 2018. Exactly. Stukov first pick equals insta-dive. Or arrow insta-dive. I mean, Flailing Swipe is pretty good anti-dive post 10. If they go into that is the thing. Flailing Swipe, I wouldn't say there's like a 50-50. I'd say it'd be like more like 75-25. We see a lot more massive shove over Flailing Swipe. At least in the cast that I've been doing, I've seen, I can recall off the top of my head like 2 Flailing Swipe games recently, whereas everything else that I've seen has been massive shove. And nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can take either oi. Diablo, a thick boy. Unfortunately, not with that skin. Can't call him that thick boy. Now, Garrosh, he can get some thickness to him with that shielding. But these last 2 picks on the side of Victoria's Secret, they're going to be needing some wave clear as well as their solo lane. They could. I wonder if they Malthael into the Diablo Joanna. Are they going to go and pick up the Phoenix, and they'll actually have the Thrall as well? Curious to see how they're going to be playing the Thrall, if it will be in the solo lane or in the 4-man. But they're going to go ahead and grab Genji to finish out their draft. And honestly, I gotta say, between the mobility on the side of Victoria's Secret and the raw damage that can come out from Macro Trash, I don't know. I'm trying to like figure out, like, I'm like, all right, you dive into the Phoenix, but he gets out. Hanzo can get out as well. Joanna's got a lot of interrupt, and it's like, all right, let's look at it on the counterpoint. You know, if Victoria's Secret engages into Macro Trash, got some decent disengage. We'll have to see here. That's the big thing is down to the execution. Massive Shove is sort of anti-dive. But you can make arguments for it. I'm rooting for Victoria's Secret, but Diablo is my favorite hero. Okay, okay. All right, well, we'll get into this in here in just a second. Just so you guys know really quickly that alerts, unfortunately, during casted gameplay will be turned off, just so we can focus on the gameplay. But any alerts that do happen during the game, I will repeat them once we get into the kind of let's check out the stats page after the game. As always, thank you guys so much for coming out here. If you are already enjoying the game and you want to catch up more, go ahead and slam that follow button. Quote the infamous Trash Man. All right, so it looks like, at least based on just Twitch chat at this point, we've got a split in what they're going for. It's 50-50 from Twitch chat. But let's go ahead. We're going to get into this. Oh, Bobo, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Looks like we got another one cheering for Macro Trash. Let's get into this, though. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having Victoria's Secret with Rexpa going to be on the Hanzo, Taki going to be on the Stukov, Nem Avenger going to be on the Joanna, Titans King going to be on that Phoenix, and Manby rounding it out on the Thrall. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having Macro Trash with Stormtrooper going to be playing the Genji, Stu Manchu on that Diablo, Hedgie going to be playing the Jaina, Spurbeck going to be on that Malfurion, and Frank Jukes going to be playing that solo laner, Sonya. Let's get into this. Game number one. Mid lane looks like it's going to be both teams clashing here. No one's splitting off into that solo lane right away. Just rooting for a good series. That's actually, I like that. I can agree with that. I 100% agree with just rooting for a good series. As I just want to point out really quickly the mounts, Stormtrooper and Frank Jukes around Hedgie. Just the two happy clouds and one sad cloud. All right, let's get into this. As we do currently have Stu Manchu just going to be coming up to this wave as they're going to start pushing this in a little bit. We do have that Sonya going to be splitting off. Now, this is the one thing I'm curious. Is it going to be Manby in that solo lane? Actually, it makes complete sense based on the build here. That Echoed Elements at leveled 1 on the Thrall definitely signifies that they will not be in the 4-man rotation. Morgan, you can be stacking off of minions at that point. So it's definitely better to be taking that if you will be playing that Thrall in the solo lane. Does have their own, level of sustain, but at this point, rotations, I would say a little bit quicker on the side of Victoria's Secret, but realistically, it's going to be a nice back and forth between the two teams. Meanwhile, we can go ahead and just check out bottom lane really quickly between Frank Jukes and Manby. This is a fairly even matchup so far. We'll try and keep an eye on this as best as we can, as we do have a rotation coming out. I keep looking at minimap, and I'm seeing like a bunch of portraits clumping up. I'm like, fight! Yes! Early game fight! No, unfortunately. Rising from the Abyss? Yeah, it is a scary looking draft. It is a little, I wouldn't say it's a late game draft. There are, 13, 16 area, they definitely start to get some real big talents. But even then, before, pre-10, there's still a strong team. And even then, the same thing on the side of Victoria's Secret. They have got a lot early game. Now, the one thing that I think that they do need to stack up quite a bit is those questing talents. We do have that Redemption on the Hanzo. Gonna need a couple more stacks. I believe it is 12 in total, so gonna need 8 more of those. We do currently have Thrall at 7 out of the... Oh, I think it's 20 stacks, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head here. Yes. 20 stacks. And then also we're going to have that advanced targeting on the on Titans King there, so definitely going to be trying to stack those up. I believe that goes up to 70. So overall, I mean, there's some early game questing talents. Hedgie with the Mana Addict or Frost Fingertips. I'm not remembering this correctly. Fingers of Frost. There we go. Going to be stacking up those regen globes just to go ahead and get that little bit of extra spell power, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? Yeah, increased frostbite. All right. And currently, I'm looking at portraits at this time, seeing the rotations between the teams, because overall, they're playing this fairly safe. 4 is going to be achieved a little bit faster on the side of Victoria's Secret. Overall, though, this is going to be a fairly level game, even game at this point. No significant, plays at this point as Titan King actually gets dove on by a couple of members. There will be the blink coming out, but Stu Manchu in a bad spot, gonna go ahead and get pulled in, and that will be the first kill of the game, going over to Victoria's Secret. A Stormtrooper will get that deflect, gonna get over Nem Avenger, body blocking them. That first pick is big for them now. Diablo did not have 100% or 100 Black Soul Stone stacks just at that moment, so they're gonna go ahead and still have those 54, not gonna be rezzing instantly, but death timers are quite low. The only thing that this definitely allows is them to have that about, it's starting to, grow a little bit, but it's a half level lead. So we have Stormtrooper diving in down here. Gonna get the root onto Frank Jukes there. So no dive gonna be happening onto Man B in that bottom lane, as it looks like Spurback going to be rotating down. Some poke going to be going out into Titan's King. Overall, though, just a rotation between these two teams. No big fights happening. Actually, Frank Jukes might be in a bad spot here, as we do currently have Ancient Spear going to be going out. They're starting to chase this, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to confirm the kill. So it looks like we just have rotations coming out once again from these teams. Gonna just be going through this point. Stu Manchu gonna get poked out by a couple of the members. It looks like they're gonna set their sights on just rotations and clear just to work towards those 7s. Now, turn-in is available for both teams, and the one thing that I do want to know is that Victoria's Secret has made a conscious effort throughout this game to go ahead and get turn-in while they're making some of these rotations during some of this downtime. So they only need 5 more gems to be turned in, but the only downfall of that is that no one hero specifically... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, no one has 5, but Nem Avenger does. As it looks like Diablo tries to Fire Stomp to go ahead and get the interrupt, but it's not going to be happening. His first Web Weaver phase will be going over to Victoria's Secret. And they're just going to be setting up to defend mid at this point. They need to get 7s on the side of Macro Trash. They need to play this a little bit slow at the start. They're not too far off. Victoria's Secret did get that push up in mid and went ahead and just went straight into top to go ahead. I was actually expecting them to prioritize this, mostly because this is the boss lane. This is often the priority we see here. Is it looks like they might have been going for a pick onto Manby there, but it's not going to be happening. As they go ahead and get the clear in mid while the members of Victoria's Secret push into the top lane. This clear won't get a whole lot of value. Or I guess this push in mid won't get a whole lot of value, and same with bottom, so they're just going to be giving over top at this point as they push even further onto the fort. Now, it looks like they will be scattered out by the Hanzo. They're going to start making that retreat as the members started... I would say, you know, I think if they didn't get scattered out here, they'd be looking to do this flank position here, but it's not going to be happening. As Stu Manchu going to get pulled in by the Condemned Sound. It's going to be out by Hockey there. Able just to go ahead, back right off of that. They will be getting this fort with the Web Weaver that is going to be falling momentarily, but this is going to be about a level lead starting to shape in the favor of Victoria's Secret as we just peek really quickly into bottom lane. Frank Juice getting pushed in a little bit here. Overall, it's fairly even. Bottom lane, I would say, is being held over a little bit better by Manby at this time, mostly just because the Sony's a little low on health, but we'll see as we actually have a rotation coming out. I wonder if they're going to try and get onto... Ooh, no, they're going to be going ahead and scouting out this camp. Which it's only going to be Taki and Titan's King and Rex. Well, not only, actually. As they actually get onto the point right in time, Stukov will be popped. And that is going to be a kill in favor for the members of Macro Trash. There will be some Chain Lightning. A root going to be coming out from Manby, stalling this out. Titan's King getting a lot of poke into this backline as Stu Manchu kind of gets into that flank position to make sure, or at least that backline position, make sure any ability shots that are going to be coming out are blocked by the full health Diablo at this time. But they're looking to get a turn in themselves. Hedgie going to get the majority of their turn in. That will be Frank Jukes finishing it out. And that will be a turn in for the members of Macro Trash. Now, the one thing I do want to note is they're starting to close that level gap. It's looking more like, you know, 3/4, but it could be less if they do get a kill here. Nem Avenger stepping up, but we're not going to go ahead and turn on to the Joanna. Now, this will be a Web Weaver phase descending into almost 10s on the side of Victoria's Secret. And that's a little worrisome. They're going to have to play us a little bit slow because they are a level behind. Sony going to be soaking up that mid as best they can. Thrall going to be de-pushing bottom. Looks like Stormtrooper will be rotating out, maybe looking for a flank as they do get the charge in onto Rexpa here. The root will be out as well. Jive in. Rexpa getting out with just 19 health. They lose the Jaina. Those 10s achieved just in time. Not getting that kill. That Hanzo arrow going to be coming out this time. That Dragon Strike going to be slowing them down. Frank Juke's going to be going ahead and popping some of that Battle Rage to get some healing. And that kill onto Jaina is not what they were looking for on the side of Macro Trash. Victoria's Secret plays it smart, gets out of there with just a couple health. I think the lowest I saw the Hanzo get there was about 15. Just barely over the wall. And that will be the Web Weaver phase ending. Not even in trade in comparison to what the members of Victoria's Secret did. And the other thing to note is that 10s have still not been achieved. They're starting to push in onto them. They get a lot of play into Stu Manchu, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get the kill that they're looking for. The one thing I want to note, though, is they have enough for turn-in. They're going to stall this out. Poke going to be coming out from Stormtrooper and Frank Jukes here. No one going for that top turn-in just yet. They're all posturing around this bottom point. 10s have been achieved for both teams, and let's really just quickly, as they're just kind of set themselves up for a turn-in, and they're just kind of posturing here. We do, on the left-hand side, have the Blessed Shield from the Joanna, Purification Salvo. Ooh, actually, Frank Juke's going to be caught out here in this bush. The root will be going out as well. Blind Leap was attempted, and it's even on cooldown, it's not going to be enough. A Stormtrooper going to be trying to go in for those gems, not getting all of them. It's quite a few dropped on the side of Macro Trash, as it looks like Victoria's Secret is looking to go ahead and get the turn-in. That will be another Web Weaver phase in favor for them here. Back to 10 talents, we are going to be having the Massive Shove out from the Stukov, Earthquake from the Thrall, and Dragon Arrow from the Hanzo. And on the side of Macro Trash, we're going to be having Ring of Frost, Tranquility, no Twilight Dream. It's interesting to me. X-Drake out from the Genji. Sonya trying to get that leap earlier. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get out of just that blow up onto her right as this Web Weaver phase came out. And Apocalypse going to be coming out from the Diablo. And let's see here, as this will be a Web Weaver phase descending in mid, and it looks like this will be where the fight is going to be breaking out. Sonya? I was going to say Sonya rotating into bottom. They're going to be grouping up at this time. Members of Victoria's Secret pushing into this mid, want to open this up a little bit more for themselves here. Push in for 13s. Fu Manchu setting up right by that wall, maybe just to get an overpower into one member and push them really far away. But the scouting it out, not allowing this Diablo to get the angles that they're looking for. Dive going to be going in onto the Phoenix as the Apocalypse comes out. Also the Ring of Frost, that will be the Phoenix falling at this time. A lot of damage coming out, but nothing going to be, no one else going to be falling. They get the Massive Shove onto the Sonya. They get the Phoenix. Web Weaver phase still happening. Top lane quite healthy, going to be opening up quite a bit. And I would say they lose the Phoenix, but with this top lane pressure and also what's happening in bottom and the way everything's stacked out, it's still fairly good for the members of Victoria's Secret as they rotate in this bottom lane, looking for Frank Jukes. We're going for the fort. And I was like, they're stepping up quite far, but not going to be going any further than that, as it looks like this will be top lane getting pushed in. Mid lane going to be defended out, though Victoria's Secret going to be going ahead and grabbing this camp, adding some more pressure into that bottom lane. Very good to go ahead and just have that while they look for the next 38 gems, or excuse me, 48 gems that they will need. No, I had that math right. Oh. Sorry, I just really quickly lost power there, but luckily there's battery backups. All right, we do currently have this camp being picked up for the mid lane. So overall, I like the play that they're doing on the side of Victoria's Secret. Not really taking a too aggressive stance, but creating some map pressure, kind of forcing their members, the enemy, to respond to something, and maybe once they see that, they go ahead and they pull for boss. But actually, with those two lanes pushing, I don't think they're going to even respond to this. They see them, they have to know that they're rotating up for this. They saw a couple of members in that mid lane, as they're going to go ahead and start to make the rotation themselves. Now, it is 14 to 12. They don't have that talent tier. They do have the Fire Stomp coming out from Stu Manchu. They will scout this out. We're going to be going out as well. They delay this out, so no boss going to be picked up. But here's the thing. While all that's delayed, mid lane's going to push up quite a bit. Bottom lane's going to be pushing up quite a bit. And they will go right back onto that boss. They scouted out on the side of Macro Trash. They are scouted up themselves. Pull in from the Joanna. Dragon Arrow out from the Hanzo. Purification Salvo going to be coming out from Titan's King at this time. We do have the leap coming out from the Sony in a defensive manner. We also have the Apocalypse going to be connecting on a couple members. Stu Manchu a little bit low. Going to go ahead and get the angle, but that won't be enough. All the souls will be falling. Ring of Frost going to connect onto 4, but no follow-up damage is found because they did lose their Diablo. They were on the retreat. Back already. No souls to be had, but at this point, the pressure is mounting on the side of Macro Trash. Victoria's Secret going to go ahead and grab this boss, push top lane. They don't have enough for turn-in, as the members of Macro Trash do. I don't know if they're going to be able to make the rotation in time for this. It's 15 to 13. At this point, coming back here is really difficult. I personally say getting the turn-in delays it out a little bit. It buys you some time, gets you a little bit closer to that 16. But with the boss already picked up and the members off map, they're going to be looking for a fight, I do think. And they do scout out this bottom. Hedgie going to be needing to back off here, trying to get some poke damage out. Mem Avenger going to pop the Iron Skin. The Cleanse is going to be coming out as well onto Hedgie. Titan's King looking for a fight here. There will be that advanced targeting coming around. Blinking right out of there, no problem. As top lane will be responded to by Stu Manchu and Frank Jukes for now, as the rest of the team will be rotating up. But this mid lane will be pushed in by the members of Victoria's Secret. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see if they just go ahead and, yep, they're going to go ahead and rotate over here, grab this Bruiser camp. This will be pushing into mid nicely for them, and they just create more map pressure, not allowing the members of not Victoria's Secret, that's their own team, of Macro Trash to even get the turn in here. That's the big thing, is the advanced play that I like. What I like what they're doing on this map is they're pushing in and creating constant pressure, and that's the thing. They're not allowing Macro Trash to even get past their halfway mark because there's always top lane pressure. There's always mid lane pressure. Now they're starting to get their lanes under control. There's not really anything to take off the map. They're going to start clearing this as fast as possible. But here's the thing. 16s have been achieved. They're getting closer and closer to a turn-in. These web weavers will get stronger and stronger. And it's a 2-level deficit at this time. They're looking to make it more. And they want to play in this keep with the 16 advantage that they have. And I really like this play. Let's just see if they can get what they're looking for. That's the big thing. Stepping up like this might be a little risky. They have the advantage. They got a long retreat path. Let's see if the members of Macro Trash can make a play off of this, as they're just going to be poking onto this keep. I think at this point that will be the keep falling from the Hanzo arrow. They play it safe. They just poke out with the range that they have, and that will be catapult pressure consistently in top lane into Macro Trash's side of the map. Overall, though, this back and forth at this point, I would say that the members of Victoria's Secret are just holding over the map. They're just allowed to kind of... They're getting the rotations that they want, and that's the big thing. Members of Macro Trash, they're having to turtle up because of the fact that there's such a level difference. They can't fight outside of this. It's really, really risky. The talent to your advantage is just so much higher on the side of Victoria's Secret. So they're getting free rotations. They're, as I said, as they've been kind of slowly pushing out this map, they've also been collecting gems. They now have enough for turn-in. They're already setting their sights on that. Manby going to get 5 of those in. They only need 2 more, which Titans King does have. And that will be another Web Weaver phase in favor for the members of Victoria's Secret. 16's not close enough yet on the side of Macro Trash, as they're going to go ahead and they're going to need to defend into this Web Weaver phase. Also, the other thing too, top lane has stacked up quite a bit. There's going to be... It's going to be a Web Weaver that falls pretty far down the lane. And then another thing on top of that, just keep adding stuff on top of it and top of it. But Diablo is only sitting at 30, we'll say after this, about 50 souls. So halfway to the actual, having that full Black Soulstone. And, without those 16s, I think that they're looking for, that power spike at that 13, 16 range. But unfortunately, the way that they've had to turtle up on the side of Macro Trash, they're not able to get the fights that I think they're looking for. And with this will be Web Weavers in the top lane descending quite far up. Mid lane is pressured quite a bit with the Siege camp, the Bruiser camp, as well as the Web Weaver. Will be the Fire Stomp coming out from Stu Manchu. Gonna try and defend this, but unfortunately without the 16 talent here, as well as the amounting pressure that they have in mid lane, they're gonna go ahead and have to give over the mid lane keep. That is top lane gonna be pushing in as well. This is going to be the big defense for the members of Macro Trash, as it looks like they do have 2 Web Weavers aggressing onto the core. They're gonna try and defend this. Looking for some of those backliners. They get the charge out. That will be the Apocalypse as well. Blessed Shield going to be coming out. That will be the Ring of Frost. Hanzo going to be falling at this time. Purification Salvo going to be getting the counter kill onto the Jaina, though. And Manby falling so extremely low. Massive Shove going to be happening onto Genji at this time. They get the kill onto the Diablo. I do not believe there are souls available. That also will be Sonya falling. And that will be game number 1 going over to Victoria's Secret. GG. Well played. So really quickly, for anyone who might have who might have missed the opening of game number 1, there we had the map bans, which coin flip was won by Macro Trash. They went ahead and banned out Infernal Shrines. Victoria's Secret then banned out Brax's Holdout. They took that off the table, being a favorite from Macro Trash, as we've seen it throughout the entire season. And then we had game number 1, which actually was won by Victoria's Secret. I did not update team score. Let me go ahead and get that updated for you guys. Oh, boom. There you go. All right, Victoria's Secret won that game number 1 on Tomb the Spider Queen. This is now going to be the map choice of Victoria's Secret, and they are taking us to Curse Hollow. Let's see what's going to be happening here, as we do have that first ban onto the Hanzo, and an Abathur ban going to be coming out from Victoria's Secret. We're going to start with the Stukov. Okay. I was like, did we just get the Stukov right out the gate? Is that going to be the first pick here? We're just going to get some... Sorry, I just looked over at Twitch chat. We're ready for you to sell some fireplaces. Thank you. Yeah. Are your feet cold? Don't put on socks. Go buy a fireplace. No, I guess I can sell socks. But we're going to have the Maiev and Malfurion being picked up here on the side of Victoria's Secret. Did I put the wrong team on the wrong side? Because that is a Joanna Chromie fairly early. 11:30. Oh no. It is quite late in the East Coast, at least. If if I don't know, if it was like, I'd probably be a little bit too tired to probably be even casting this game, to be honest, at 11:30 on a night that I've been, or on a day that I've been working at work, being bad at my job as tradition. Aren't we all, honestly? I'd still, oh, thank you, Rag. I appreciate that. Rising for the Abyss, thank you once again for that follow. I do appreciate that. Let's get back into this draft, though. We do have the bans coming out on the side of Victoria's Secret. Now, Macro Trash, they're going to be needing a solo laner as well as maybe some of their main damage, maybe some melee. Hard to kind of pick. I would maybe just, ooh, okay. I was going to say maybe take out the global aspect. I was actually thinking the Dahaka, but they might go into it themselves. And actually, Macro Trash will be taking that off the table. And that was one of the things that I was just like, Dahaka, I think, has got so much value into both of these compositions, and I think it would work out really, really well. Wait. This wait time is as long as my Hero League queue. Ah, dead serious. I'm Rita's and bottle. Oh man, why is every AC breaking around you? What are you doing?
Thank you.
Yo, Majesty, thank you for the 61 bits. I do appreciate that. Just party. Like I'm looking over at my like my stream labels and it's just party. Yo, Majesty, thank you for the others. Thank you for the 10 more bits. I do appreciate that. Bit explosion? Yes, exactly. All right. These next two picks, though, coming out on the side of Victoria's Secret. Just thank you once again. That support, it means the absolute world to me. Thank you for the 71 bits there. Blaze going to be picked up here on the side of Victoria's Secret with an ETC. So they go ahead and they grab their solo laner as well as their main tank. And they're going to be flexing on probably... I'm going to assume what's going to be their poke damage. I like the idea of a Jaina here still. I think it would work well with their composition. Medivh is viable? I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about that, actually, that Medivh. Malthael, they're going to be grabbed on the side of Macro Trash. And a Greymane as well. Into the Blaze ETC, I really like the Malthael. I think Greymane can get a ton of value into the later half of the game, even early game too. I think Greymane gets phenomenal value here, and because of a lot of the heroes that we have in the current meta who are highly prioritized, just Greymane falls to that backline. Not saying that he's a bad hero. I think he's a phenomenal, versatile hero for this team. You can rotate him out, grab that siege camp at the level 1 mark. It's a great siege, a camp grabber for the friendly team. They've got the poke damage from the Chromie for the for the tributes. I don't know, my brain's just farting up all of a sudden. Is Macro taking all our heroes? Maybe? Maybe I just put everyone on the wrong side. I think that's totally it, Robin. No, but at this point we are going to be having this last pick on the side of Victoria's Secret. It's Li Ming. Okay. I like the Li Ming for the poke damage. The reset would be huge for them. I think the cleanup that they can get from the Li Ming, the setup from the Maya, VTC Blaze is huge. Yeah, I think honestly that rounds out their draft really well. It's just going to be if Macro Trash can get onto the Li Ming backline, I think that'll be the big thing here. If they can't, I think that's where Macro Trash will struggle in this draft. But they have that Joanna to really just kind of push in. Let's go ahead and get this here as we get into game number 2 here. Needed to get it on the leaderboard. Well, thank you, Majesty, for the support. I really, really do appreciate that. All right. As we get into this, once again, just really quickly so you guys know, the alerts are turned off during casted gameplay. But if you donate or follow or sub or anything during gameplay, I will obviously repeat those once we get out of game. The best counters to take your opponent's heroes. I mean, Rising from the Abyss, that's not a bad... I mean, that's not true. Like, though here's the thing. If you play it really bad and you're on stream, ooh, doggy, you're going to get clipped and clipped and clipped. I feel like Macro's draft is the same on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Ooh. Well, let's go ahead and get into this. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having Victoria's Secret up 1 game. Taki going to be on the Malfurion. Manby going to be on the Blaze. Rexpa going to go ahead and be on the Li Ming. Titans King going to be on that Maiev, and Nem Avenger be stepping on the ETC. And on the right-hand side, we're going to be having Macro Trash with Stormtroopy going to be on the Chromie, Stu Manchu going to be on the Joanna, Frank Juke's going to be on that Malthael, Hedgie going to be on the Greymane, and Spurback rounding it out on the Stukov. Let's get into this in game number 1 here. I don't know why I even said game number 1. I think that's just because I want it to be a best of 3 series. Let's be honest here. I want more games. But game number 2, let me correct myself. Curse Hollow, this is for all the marbles. This is a domination league, so only 2 games going to be happening. And we're going to host someone over after this game. But either way, let's get into this. We currently just have mid lane shaping up a little bit. No big fight. Little bit of a backline invade from Nem Avenger here. Power Slide going to be happening, but there was the time trap from Stormtrooper there just to delay that out. Titans King going to go ahead and grab the friendly vision there. We do have Hedgie rotating in this bottom lane. It looks like Blaze will be going into them as we also have Frank Jukes in the top lane. I'm wondering about this only because I would think that maybe the Blaze would be stronger. Yeah, or is Hedgie just rotating for the camp? And I think that's actually going to be it. Okay. Because I was thinking that Frank Jukes might be stronger into the Blaze and bottom lane, and the Greymane might be stronger into the Li Ming. But at the same time, camp going to be grabbed. No one going to be soaking up this experience in bottom. It did get pushed out a little bit, so they do have a little bit of time here. Stormtrooper just going to be waiting for the wave to push up a bit, I do believe. Stu Manchu and Spurback going to be going ahead and getting this camp. Frank Juke's going to be just pushing up top lane. Bottom, they lost about, I'd say, 1 wave of soak overall, but went ahead and grabbed the bottom lane camp. They're going to go ahead and grab the siege camp themselves, and yeah, so it's just going to be camps around the map. Overall, it's slow play at the start here. Thank you, Thor, for going through. Like, hydrate, no. Water, no. Beer, oh, that one has a command, of course. Yeah, that one has a command in my Twitch chat. Of course it does. It tells you what time it is, in what time zone, and that it's obviously time for a beer. Also the date. But let's go ahead and have this mid lane push in here as Stu Manchu going to not be pulled in by the Umbral Bind. Gonna also pop that Iron Skin, though, at this time, playing within the mage from the Bruiser camp here, as bottom lane going to be pushed out once again. Manby going to be going into Hedgie a little bit here as the siege camp will be cleared out fairly quickly. Top lane will be kind of the same situation. Rexpa going to get pushed back by Frank Jukes a little bit. Stu Manchu setting up to maybe go in on Rexpa, but also anchoring for the team, making sure that they are ready for the tribute. How many ties are there? I feel like best of 3s are way better. So, Bobo, the only argument that I make against that is that there's going to be an Iron Skin popped. No, is that in the size of the league that there is, I actually prefer the way that this works personally, and that the format changes in playoffs where it actually does go to best of 3s. I personally like with how many games and the frequency you play. I think the best of two works out really, really good not to burn out players because they also have to play 2 games a week. But let's go ahead. We're going to be having this this point activating as Stormtrooper going to be pushed back by Rexpa at this time. This seems like Rex was not too happy about the fact that Stormtroopy took the hero away, trying to juke and jive, but that won't be enough as that will be Chromie falling at this time. But Rex going to be probably just getting the teleport over the wall. Not going to be happening, actually, as it looks like there will be an orb coming out. That will be a lot of damage going on into Malthael. Members going to be split here, and that will be first objective going over in favor for the members of Victoria's Secret. Top lane going to be pushed out by a couple members. We have the ETC and Blaze going to be rotating out into their respective lanes, I do believe. Next curse, though, going to be popping up in that bottom lane. And one thing I also want to note really quickly is that we had 2 globals banned out, and it's just interesting. We actually had technically 3 globals banned out. And now that I'm thinking that the Abathur was taken away as well. It's a slow map for it, and it would have been perfect. Also, and I'm just going to say this just mostly for me, I think they could have run TLV. Either team could have taken TLV here. But either way, let's get into this. Bottom lane, Frank Jukes between Manby. It's going to be... I think this is kind of the way that the lane should have been shaped out a little bit in the beginning here. We currently have mid lane getting just kind of pushed back up, but this will be the next objective popping up. Stu Manchu going for the vision here. Rex going to be chasing. We get the Pustule coming out. That will be Iron Skin pop. The silence will be out as well. They're going to get this delay as Stu Manchu is trying to rotate the long way at this point. They get that delay. They're going to stall this out for just a second. Rex, we're going to go ahead and get that blink at the right second there, as the objective is going to be popping here in just a couple seconds. All the teams posturing up for this. 7's achieved for both teams. This is even talent tiers. Let's get into this. Demencio anchoring up. We have the time trap going out and forward. Posture going to be going out from Stukov at this time. Demencio and Frank Jukes going to be trying to get onto a couple of those backline members. We have Maev going to go ahead and get stunned, or excuse me, time trapped here. At this point, though, they're just going to be playing this really safe. A little back and forth between the two teams. Demencio trying to get that capture. Not going to be happening. Is there an Iron Skin available? That is a huge condemn onto a couple members. They start to get some poke damage out from Stormtroopy, but Frank Jukes falling a little bit low here. Not able to get the damage that they're looking for, and that will be another kill of the game going over to the members of Victoria's Secret. I was like, first kill, that's not right. Hedgie going to be able to get out of there with just a couple hundred health, as it looks like there's some poke damage going to be going out. Stu Manchu going to be pulling a couple of these members back in. They're going to be able to get the poke on to Blaze. No kill going to be coming out for Rex, but no resets, but Stu Manchu actually will be that reset that they're looking for. Power slide going to be happening onto Chromie here, and Stormtroopy will be falling at this point. This will be another objective in favor for the members of Victoria's Secret, as Hedgie falls a little bit lower there. That will be objective picked up, and bottom lane will be cleared out by the members of Victoria's Secret. Top lane, Frank Juke's going to be coming up here, going ahead and getting the push and clear onto this, just trying to do best they can, but with the advantage that they're starting to have on the side of Victoria's Secret, I gotta say, this is starting to amount really, really pressurizing momentum in their favor. They're already going to rotate on boss. I wouldn't be too surprised to see either Macro Trash go onto theirs at this point. They need to rush it, which I think that's going to be the play that they make themselves. So this will be bottom lane boss being picked up here. I don't think they can make the rotation in time to go ahead and get the pick onto this. The other thing, though, this is potential curse. About 20 seconds until this is going to be happening. So the thing I'm kind of not sure about is the rotation time. They have 10 seconds to make it down into the map. I think they'll be able to make it down there and poke, but here's the thing. Boss is pushing down bottom. They don't really want to just let it go. It might take the fort. It's pretty early into the game, but here's the other thing too. It's 10s to just about 9s. They really don't want to even take this. Malthea just going to be pushing up the top lane. They go ahead, and I think they're going to accept their curse. Spurbeck going to back off at this time, as they are going to be rotating into this bottom lane to push a lot harder. Mid lane going to be having the Bruiser Camp picked up by Hedgie there, so they're trying to just add some sort of pressure back onto the members of Victoria's Secret. They're going to have to turtle up a little bit here, except for the Malthea, though. Malthea trying to get this counter pressure from the curse. Going to go ahead and take out the well and maybe even the fort, as it looks like bottom lane is the priority for the members of Victoria's Secret. They're looking to aim for a keep. They've got another 45 seconds on this curse. Poke damage is going to be going out. Not going to be connecting onto Rex. But here's Stage Dive, though, into this back line. Power Slide going to be coming out. Massive shove. Going to keep them away. That is going to be the Warden's Cage coming down, but not going to be happening onto any members there. The Silence going to be coming out from the Malfear, and there is the Tormented Souls out from the Malthea. They get pulled into this. That will be the Blaze bunker down at this time. They're starting to fight around this. That will be a huge Power Slide coming out from ETC. Frank Juke's going to be trying to pull them back in, as Titan King is going to be getting a little bit low here. Nem Avenger will be falling here. Titans King not going to get that blink out in time. A little bit greedy here, as Mambi going to be going right back in, and that will be a triple kill here, as they do lose the keep on the side of Macro Trash, but get 3 kills. Meanwhile, in mid lane, they have the Li Ming and this Siege Camp pushing up, or this Bruiser Camp pushing up onto this. That will go ahead and get them the fort. Even with the curse ending here, the waves have just been so stacked up. Malthea are going to go ahead and get the clear onto this. This will give them the experience boost they need. But overall, that was a huge curse in favor for the members of Victoria's Secret, as they went ahead and got this keep in bottom lane. That is going to be consistent catapult pressure in bottom. They're going to need to deal with and respond to. But to kind of alleviate that a little bit, they're going to go ahead and grab the Siege Camp. That should push back into the catapults for the time being. Top lane is just, at least on the minimap, a sliver of health. It's got a lot more once I actually pop up here, but Malthea making sure that they don't lose that out. But Frank Jukes might get caught out here. The Stage Dive from the ETC, they go ahead and he's going to be trying to back off here, but I don't think there's any direction you can really go into at this point. Going to go ahead and just start running away. That will be Malthea falling, getting caught out. They go ahead and rotate over and just pick up the fort, and that kill also pushed them a little bit closer into the 13s that they needed, and even further after getting the fort. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Hedgie's going to go ahead and push this up a little bit more, letting that Siege Camp stack up with the minion wave. It looks like we currently have members of Macro Trash backing to go ahead and get the defense on this. They don't have their Malthea for the next couple seconds. Sidewall going to be taken out. They have that kind of, rush in potential, but this will be Top lane cleared out fairly quickly. Curse going to be popping up quite soon, I do believe. I think we should be about a minute away from the objective. Oh, nope, I was 30 seconds off. All right, so that will be objective popping here in the next 30 seconds here. 13 to 13, it's even talent tier. This is the fight that Macro Trash will, I'm going to assume, look to take. I mean, this is what they need to start getting some momentum in their favor. They had the Malthael push in that top lane quite a bit, but they need to start getting some curses in their favor. They need to get a couple kills. It's 6-4. Not saying that they haven't, but if they want to start getting some momentum themselves and then start taking some forts and get a little bit of map control, they're going to need this this objective here. As it looks like Taki and Titan's King going to be going ahead and getting some poke out here, delaying this out, not using that blink right away, just using the poke from Taki. Next, we're going to be adding in on that. Meanwhile, though, Stormtrooper will be just getting some Q's and W's out. Zumanchu trying to anchor up a little bit forward with that zoning. Rex, we're going to go ahead and get a combo out here onto Frank Jukes. We're back going to go ahead and get that healing right onto them. They're playing around this, but the poke that can come out from the members of Victoria's Secret is going to be so long and so consistent. Meanwhile, though, ETC in that bottom lane has the stage dive available and is pushing that up. I really like this play, how they're playing Nem Avenger here, utilizing it, saying, you know what, if we can just stall them out, Nem Avenger can just push this bottom lane up. We can stack it up with a couple catapults. They're going to need to respond to it. They will be doing that at this point, but gives them a little bit of time to set their map up in favor for the members of Victoria's Secret. But they're going to respond in the same fashion on the side of Macro Trash here, as it looks like it'll be siege camps picked up almost simultaneously. Bosses, though, are starting to become available. We have 14 seconds on the boss for the members of Macro Trash. Do they scout out the boss on bottom lane? It's a little risky. I don't know if they'll be able to make it there in time. They're actually going to back off of this. They don't want to take this fight, especially with the objective popping up so soon. It won't be Curse. The other thing to note really quickly is bottom lane is a ticking time bomb. They need to deal with that catapult pressure. It's been pushed up a bit. Stormtrooper had some kind of, not some kind of, but a little bit of pushback in that bottom lane. At this point, it's they've got a little bit of time on their hands on the side of Macro Trash, but I can already see on the minimap there's some catapults and mounting. Those things will start to just eat through your minion wave. ETC already rotating into that bottom. Going to go ahead and try and push this up even further. Get that catapult pressure under the core. Make this even harder of a situation for the members of Macro Trash. I really like this play from the members of Victoria's Secret. They get the objective. Nem Avenger getting this this wave pushed up, but that will be a stage dive out into top lane. I was actually expecting a fight, to be honest. I was like, all right, fight. Nope. You're going to go ahead and just stage dive into top lane. Catapult's going to be getting some shielding down on the core, but no percentage health going to be falling at this time. The thing is, though, ETC showing top with that stage dive. Are they going to have this rotation onto this boss in time? No gray main. It's 4v4. Curse is going to be available. If they can pick up this boss, that'll be huge for them. Warden's Cage is going to be happening at this time. No gray main. No actually, ETC going to be coming into that backline. Titan's getting a lot very low here as they actually lose the Stukov, but they trade out the Maiev. So 1-for-1 trade at this time. Boss so very low. Point going to be available for both teams as it looks like Manby going to be trying to jump on these two members. The Malthael will be falling. That will be a reset for Li Ming at this time. The Iron Skin will be coming out. Stormtrooper trying to get this poke damage under the point while Rexpa is just poking from the other side of the wall. Power Slide going to be coming through. Joanna will be falling at this time. Hedgie trying to get some damage out here. They get the kill onto the Blaze, but they actually pick up the boss in favor for the members of Victoria's Secret and also get 4 kills. Trading out 2 of their own for those 4. Start to chase Stormtrooper here. And I do believe this is going to be a pick onto the... Yes. Chromie will be falling at this time. That is going to be a staggered death. Now they have Malthael and Stukov at this... Well, Stukov is up. Malthael is about to pop. Stukov should be able to get the clear onto this, but... Just going to play it a little bit slow. It looks like they'll go ahead and grab the Curse in the top lane. They also grab the Siege Camp to push in bottom. I don't think they're going to be ending off this, but they definitely are creating a lot of pressure, a lot of delay, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see the members of Victoria's Secret rotate and go ahead and grab that boss to create top lane pressure. Now, this boss will be starting to take away the shield, and it will be doing damage to the core health. Not a whole ton, but I mean, any percent's a good amount. They are going to start working on this boss, though. Rexpa going to be backing off at this time to go ahead and get the clear into mid. Do they rotate over to this in time? That's the big thing. They're getting set up for it. They're not going to get another point in time. They go ahead and actually dive in a little bit here. Objective going to be popping at this time. Bottom lane is stacking up quite a bit. The members of Macro Trash need to, well, macro their map, unfortunately for them. Jokes names. I've got a vicious secret. just brain farts all night. At this point, though, it's going to be 1-2 on curse points, so they can go ahead and it's not going to be curse on the side of Macro Trash, but at the same time, it puts them in the curse position as Boss is going to be pushing down this top lane. Don't think they're going to be getting a keep at this time with the ETC going ahead and grabbing this curse. Though, stage dive is available. We could see a backline stage dive. That is a possibility. Boss now falling to half health. We're going to go ahead and have the stage dive coming in. The silence will be coming out from the Malfurion. Flailing Swipe's going to be coming out from Spurbeck. I don't think it's what they're looking for here. Is they're dumping a bunch of damage onto Taki. They're starting to take this fight a little bit here. Frank Duke's going to be fighting a little bit harder. That will actually be the keep falling at this time. Hedgie going to be going ahead and getting that disengage roll away. Pushel coming out from Spurbeck at this time. The pull in on Malthio will be the kill as it looks like they start to rotate out. Hedgie going to need some healing. Stu Manchu trying to do the best they can, pulling in these members to set up Stormtroopy, but that will be the Joanna falling. At this time, the Root's going to be going out onto Stormtroopy, but that will be the kill. And I think, can they end off this? That's the question. They don't have a minion wave. Shields are available. And sorry, there's a little UI bug. That little white line right there is the shielding, and it's starting to fall at this time. We are going to be having core health dropping. We do have the power slide going out onto Hedgie, and that will be the kill happening. We have Spurbeck just trying to get some health. They go ahead and try and defend this, but it will be game number 2 going over to the members of Victorious Secret. GG, well played. I can't zoom in. There we go.